How many push-ups have you done in your life? Probably thousands. And if your chest still looks the same, your arms haven't changed, and every set feels easier without making you stronger, there's a good chance you've been practicing the wrong movement. Because the push-up isn't broken, your technique is. And the frustrating part is that you've probably been repeating the same mistakes for years without realizing it. So forget everything you learned about push-ups. We're rebuilding yours from the ground up. Start with your hands. Most people place them too wide because it makes the movement feel easier. But easier doesn't mean better. When your hands are far outside your shoulders and your elbows flare straight out, you're turning the push-up into a shoulder-dominant movement. Instead, place your hands roughly underneath your shoulders, or just slightly wider. Then, point your elbows back at roughly 30 to 45 degrees. Think arrow, not T. Now the chest and triceps can actually do the work they're supposed to do, but there's a problem. Even with perfect hand placement, you can still waste almost every rep if you don't go deep enough. Watch your next push-up. Do you lower your chest toward the floor, or do you stop several inches above it? If your chest barely moves, you're not training through the range that challenges the muscles most. Bring your chest close to the floor while keeping your body rigid. Don't collapse. Don't bounce. Own the bottom position. You might discover something uncomfortable. The 20 push-ups you thought were easy suddenly become 8. Good. That's not weakness. That's what real resistance feels like. And this is where a lot of people make their next mistake. They rush. Down, up, 20 reps in 15 seconds. It looks impressive, but momentum is doing half the work. Try something different. Take about 3 seconds to lower yourself. Pause briefly at the bottom. Then drive yourself back up under control. You'll do fewer reps. Your muscles will burn faster. And your ego will hate it. That's exactly why it works. Experienced coaches understand that chasing repetitions isn't the same as creating quality tension. Your muscles don't care about the number on the counter. They care about the work they have to produce. But we're still not finished. Because there's one part of the push-up most people completely ignore. The top. You lock your elbows. You stop. Rep finished. Not quite. At the top, keep pressing the floor away from you. Let your shoulder blades move forward slightly. Reach your upper back toward the ceiling. That extra movement trains the serratus anterior, a muscle that helps connect the appearance of your chest, shoulders, and upper back. It's a small adjustment. But visually, it can make your entire upper body look more complete. And then there's the mistake that can ruin everything else. Your core. You've seen it before. The chest moves, the arms move, but the hips sag toward the floor like they're being pulled down by gravity. That's not a clean push-up. A push-up is a moving plank. Your head, upper back, hips, and heels should move together as one unit. Squeeze your glutes. Brace your abs. Keep your pelvis controlled. Imagine someone is about to place a broomstick along your back. You want it touching your head, upper back, and hips. If your hips start dropping, the set is over. Don't negotiate with bad reps. This is where push-ups become much harder than people expect, because now your chest isn't just pushing. Your triceps are working. Your shoulders are stabilizing. Your serratus is firing. Your abs and glutes are keeping your entire body locked together. One exercise. Your entire upper body fighting to stay in position. And here's the test. Don't do 50 push-ups tomorrow. Do 5. But make every single one perfect. Hands under your shoulders. Elbows angled back. Chest close to the floor. 3 seconds down. Controlled pause. Powerful drive upward. Press the floor away at the top. Glutes tight. Abs braced. No sagging. No bouncing. No shortcuts. 5 perfect reps. Then rest. If 5 feels brutally difficult, don't feel embarrassed. You just discovered how much of your previous training was being stolen by bad technique. Imagine someone who has been doing push-ups for years. They can crank out 30 without thinking. Then one day they slow down, fix their hand position, reach full depth, control every inch, and brace their core. Suddenly, they can barely do 10, but those 10 finally have a purpose. That's the moment training changes. Because progress isn't always doing more. Sometimes, it's finally doing what you've been doing correctly. So the next time you put your hands on the floor, don't ask yourself, how many can I do? Ask yourself, how many can I do perfectly? That question changes everything. Your goal isn't to impress someone with a number. Your goal is to build a body that proves you stopped wasting your effort. 5 perfect reps today, then 6, then 8, then 10. And eventually, the push-up that once felt impossible becomes your warm-up. Not because you found a shortcut, because you raised your standard. The floor has been in front of you this entire time. You don't need another machine. You don't need another excuse. You need better reps. So get down. Brace your core. Control the descent. Touch the bottom. Push the floor away. And make every rep count. Because the body you want isn't built by doing more of the wrong thing. It's built when you finally refuse to do the wrong thing again.